Now, the person who had introduced this bill was Dr. Gajra Vyas. She was then the Minister of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation in 2013 by UPA government. So this basically in December 2015, the Union Cabinet of India had approved 20 major amendments to the bill based on the recommendation of Rajya Sabha committee that examined this bill. The bill had deferred or had been referred to a selection committee which had given its report on July 2015 and got its approval from the Rajya Sabha on 10th March 2016 and on 15th March 2016 by Lok Sabha. From here, we'll move on to the object of the act. What is the object of this act? So this act was basically introduced in India, which was basically to protect home buyers as well as help boost investment in the real estate industry. This act established the Real Estate Regulatory Authority, that is RERA, in each state for regulation for real estate sectors and also act as a regulatory for speedy dispute redressal. RERA Act is to establish the RERA Estate Regulatory Authority for regulation and promotion of the real estate sectors and to ensure sale of plot, apartment of building and as the case may be, or sale of real estate project in an efficient and transparent manner and to protect the interest of consumers in the real estate sectors and to establish a monetary mechanism for speedy dispute redressal and also to establish the appellate tribunal to hear appeals from the decision, directions or orders of the Real Estate Regulatory Authority and the adjudicating officers and for matter connected therewith or incidental thereto. So this act came into force repealing the Maharashtra Housing Regulation Development Act. This act, that is Maharashtra Housing Regulation and Development Act, did not have proper safeguard or it did not safeguard the right of the buyers who were basically buying the property. There were a lot of loopholes in it. There had happened that people had invested in the project. The buyers had invested in the project and the builder or the developer had said that he has no money to redevelop that project and he had filed a bankruptcy. Now this judgments and everything will be discussed by Yash in detail. I will move on to the third slide. That is the important
Pranay, just a second. I cannot see the slide in case you are taking us through a presentation. Is that an issue only in my computer?
Yes, I
like
can see the slide clear.
Hello.
Okay, if it's only in my computer, then you may continue. Sorry.
No, I can't see it as well. I can't see it as well. I don't, because it's showing it's downloading right now. Now I can see it. Now I can see it.
Hello.
Please go on. Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. So now we'll move on the important terms. What are the important terms in this act? Now in this act, section 2D has defined home buyers, which is termed as allottee, and its definition is in relation to a real estate project, means the person to whom a plot, apartment or a building, as the case may be, has been allotted, sold, whether as freehold or leasehold or otherwise transferred by the promoter, and include the person who has subsequently acquired the said allottee or the allotment through sale, transferred or otherwise, but does not include a person to whom such plot, apartment or building, as the case may be, is given on rent. We'll go on the second definition, that is termed as a promoter. Now the developer has been termed as a promoter in this act, and the definition is as follows. Section 2K of the act, which defines a promoter. A promoter is a person who constructs or cause to be constructed an independent building or a building consisting of apartments or converts an existing building or a part thereof into apartments for the purpose of selling all or some of the apartments to the other person and includes the assignee. Section ZA gives the definition of interest. Now, interest means the rate of interest payable by the promoter or the allottee as the case may be. The explanation is as follows. For the purpose of this clause, the rate of interest chargeable for the allottee by the promoter in the case of default shall be equal to the rate of the interest which the promoter shall be liable to pay the allottee in the case of default. The interest payable by the promoter to the allottee shall be from the date the promoter received the amount or any part thereof till the date the amount or part thereof and interest thereon is refunded, and the interest payable by the allottee to the promoter shall be from the date the allottee defaults in payment to the promoter till the promoter or the developer makes it or completes the project. Is there any difference between promoter or developer? In literal terms, that is the difference between both the terms. So promoter is someone who has a huge stake in a real estate project like an owner, whereas the developer is someone who is developing the project. There are important terms or definition in this act, which is the carpet area. The act brings out a clear definition of carpet area, which means the net usable floor area of an apartment, excluding the area covered by the external wall, area under services shaft, exclusive balconies and verandas area, and exclusive open terrace area, but includes the area covered by the internal partition wall of the apartment. This means that only the area within the four wall of the apartment will be considered as carpet area. This brings clarity to the definition, which was clearly lacking earlier. Also, now buyers are only eligible to pay for the carpet area and not super built up area, as was the case earlier. I'll move on to the next slide now. And that slide is basically for the registration of real estate. Now here, who all need to register? What is the process of registering? And what or who needs to register? What is the consequences of default if not registered? So now this act makes it compulsory that any promoter shall not advertise in any manner or invite person to purchase in any manner in a project unless such project has been registered with the authority. The ongoing project on the day of the act coming into force was also required to be registered within a period of 3 months from the date of commencement of the act. Exceptions to the registration includes projects that do not exceed 100 meters or a number of apartments do not exceed 8. The projects that have received the completion certificate and project for the purpose of renovation or repair or redevelopment which does not involve selling of new allotment. For the purpose of registration, a promoter is required to make an application to the authority in a prescribed manner along with requisites, fees, and by providing details of its enterprise, previous project, authenticated copies of the approval, sanction plan, layout plan, specification, and other details of the project. Pro forma of allotment letter and agreement to sale and conveyance, detailed specification of the project including number of apartments, garages, details of real estate agent, architect, contractors, structural engineers, etc. All such applications are made through web-based online system, and the authority is required to either grant or reject the registration within 30 days of the receipt of such application. The authority is required to upload all the above information on its portal for public view. Now, who all needs to register is clear, but I will go ahead and give you a brief description as well. So we had seen in the slide that any person who constructs or who wants to build an independent building or a building consisting of apartment or modification of existing structure into apartment or to sell apartment to a person, any person who develops the land into a project to sell the project to other person, or any development authority on another public body in respect of allottees of building or plot constructed by such authority or public body on own land or placed at their disposal by the government. Now, plots are owned by and developed by the development authority or which is placed at their disposal by the government to sell the apartment. At state level, cooperative housing finance society and a primitive cooperative housing society which constructs the apartment or building for its members or the allottees needs to register. Any person who acts himself as a builder, colonizer, contractor, developer, estate developer, or by any different name or claims to be acting as the holder of the power of attorney from the owner of the land on which the building or apartment is constructed or a plot is developed for sale needs to register. Now, exemption for this registration is the area of land proposed for developing does not exceed 500 square meters or the number of apartments does not exceed 8 apartments, including all the fees, are exempted from registration. The promoters has received the completion certificate for a real estate project before the commencement of RERA are exempted from registration. The real estate project requested for remolding or replacement or development of the project are those projects which does not require marketing, advertising, selling, or new allotment of an apartment are exempted from the registration. Now, the important thing is what documents are required for registration. In this, all promoters are required to furnish the following documents along with the application form. So the details of enterprise, including the name, registered address, enterprise type like proprietorship, societies, partnership, companies, competent authority, and the particular of such enterprise and their names, photographs of the promoters are required for registration. The details of the project launched by the promoters in the past 5 years, whether already completed or being developed, including the current status of the project and delay in completion, detail of cases pending, detail of land type and payment pending, needs to be furnished during the registration. So these all documents are important by the developer to furnish during the registration. It gives a clear scenario like, is there any cases pending, or the character of the builder or the promoter. The authenticated copies of the approval and the commencement certificate from the competent authority obtained by the law, if applicable. The copy of sanctioned plan, layout plan, and specification of the proposed project and the entire project as approved by the competent authority. The plan of development work to be executed in the proposed project and the proposed facilities to be provided, including firefighting facilities, drinking water facilities, emergency evacuation services, use of renewable energy, pro forma of allotment letters, an agreement for sale, and convince deed proposed to be signed with allottees. The number, type, and the carpet area of apartment for sale in the project, along with the area of private balcony, verandas, and exclusive open terrace area with the apartment, if applicable. The name and the addresses of the real estate project agents if applicable for the proposed project, the name and the address of contractor, architect, structural engineer, if applicable, and also other person concerned with the development of the proposed project. A declaration supported by an affidavit, which should be signed by the promoter or any person authorized by the promoter, stating that the land has a legal title on which the development is proposed, along with the legally valid document with authentication of such title in case of property owned by any other person. The land should be clear from all encumbrance and detail of encumbrances of property, including any right, title, interest, or name of any party related to the land. Detail of the period of the project taken to complete the particular project. Any other document have to be furnished if needed under the rules and regulation of RERA. Now, ground of registration. The applicant has to request an application in Form A and Form B to the authority, and then the authority will grant registration within 30 days from the date of application submitted. Also, the registration number, including login ID and password for the access of the website to fill the details of the project. Validation or validity of RERA, of registration under RERA, which I have given you the detail in the slide, which states that the registration approved will be valid for a period declared by the promoter for completion of the real estate project or for the phase as mentioned in the affidavit following the application form. The registration.
Pranay, just 1 second. Which slide are we supposed to be on? 5 or 6?
So now we are on 5. I'm just giving an elaboration of it.
Okay, done. Understood. Please continue.
I'm just giving the important terms.
Of course, please.
And what? Yeah. So the registration, once approved by the authority, may be extended by it upon a receipt of an application from the promoters in this regard in the following circumstances. Now we'll go on slide 6, which is basically related with the validity of registration. So slide 6 states that effect of force majeure on real estate project. So along with slide 6, it also discusses about section 6 of the act, that is force majeure, which we can see like there are no developers or promoters who are there. If they are willing to do it, even then they are not allowed to do because of the government policies, wherein they are unable to complete the project and give it to the allottees. So here section 6, which states that force majeure like war, flood, drought, fire, cyclone, earthquake, or any other calamity caused by nature affecting the normal developer or development of the real estate project. Other than force majeure, the concerned authority may extend the registration to a maximum period of 1 year if it feels that the circumstances and reason for the extension of the case are reasonable. Now we'll also go on the cancellation of registration, that what are the criteria in which the registration gets cancelled. The authority may cancel a registration by a complaint received or a suo motu by the authority by giving 30 days notice in writing to the promoter of such real estate project, stating grounds of proposed revocation and instructing promoters to provide reason for the approval of his project registration. By the promoter's reply to the notice, the authority may allow the real estate project to be registered or may cancel the registration. The notice proposing the cancellation of registration will be issued based on the following conditions. That is, first, if the promoters default in performing anything under RERA Act, if the promoters violate the terms and conditions of the approval granted by the authority, if the promoters or the promoter is involved in any unfair practice or irregularities such as any misrepresentation or false representation and publication of any advertisement or prospect of services that are not intended to be offered, or if the promoter entertains in any fraudulent practice. We'll go on next, that is penalties for non-registration, in which this will be detailedly explained by years, but just a short one. In case of not registered or a project which is not registered in under this act, so section 59 imposes the penalty, for which Yash will be telling you what are the penalties, and there is also a punishment of imprisonment up to 3 years, which will be explained by Yash. We'll move on the next slide, which states functions and duties of promoters. The functions and duties of the promoter have been prescribed in Chapter 3 of the Act. Provide entire project for public viewing on its web page. The promoter also needs to give the registration number on the prospectus, also on the web page, so that people can verify that registered number with the official website. They need to provide the details such as sanction plans, layout plans, specifications, etc. to the LOT at the time of booking. Compensate any person from whom advance or a deposit is received in the event of the loss or damage by reason of any incorrect or false statement in the prospectus, advertisement, etc. The promoter shall not accept more than 10% of the cost of the apartment, etc. from the allottees before executing a registered agreement to sale. Complete the proposed project in accordance with the sanction plan, layout plan, specification, etc. Execute registered deed of conveyance, hand over physical possession after obtaining completion certificate, return the amount along with interest received from allottees on demand in the event of, or if the promoter fails to, or if is unable to give possession, or if the promoter fails to discharge his obligation under the act or an agreement of sale. Now, rights and duties of the allottees. What are the rights and duties of allottees? The right and duties of the allottees have been described under Chapter 4 of the Act. Allottees shall be entitled to all information in relation to the project as well as claim possession. Allottees entitled to claim refund upon default of the promoter, make necessary payment within the specified time as per the agreement to sale, and pay interest towards late payment. However, the same can be reduced when mutually agreed between the promoter and allottee. The allottees shall participate towards formation of associations or society in execution of conveyance, take physical allotment details, or take physical allotment within 2 months of the issuance of occupancy certificate. The real estate regulating authorities will be discussed by Yash. Yash,